In some environments, you stop acting like yourself, and you start managing how you are supposed to appear. The same questions keep turning in your mind. What should I say? How much should I smile? If I say no, will they think I am selfish? After a while, life stops feeling like a place you are truly living in. It turns into a stage where you are constantly adjusting your role. To please others, you start becoming a supporting character in your own life. You are not really living your life, you are only playing a role. By putting other people's thoughts and emotions before your own, you become a supporting character in other people's lives. People-pleasing often looks like kindness, but it is not always kindness. Sometimes underneath it, there is a deeper fear. If I stay as my real self, I may not be loved. And this is exactly where authenticity begins. Being authentic means being true to your own unique self. Being authentic does not mean saying everything that comes to your mind. It does not mean being rude. It does not mean acting without boundaries. And it definitely does not mean saying, "This is just who I am," while ignoring other people's emotions. Authenticity is when the distance between your inner world and your outer behavior begins to shrink. It is when the wall between who you are and who you want to be starts to come down. It means not saying "of course" on the outside while saying "no" on the inside. It means not turning everything into a joke when you are actually hurt. It means not trying to be there for everyone just to be loved when you are already exhausted inside. It is being able to say, "This feels right for me." And it is taking responsibility for walking away from what does not fit you. Because when you constantly adapt yourself, people may seem to love you. But deep inside, you may start wondering, do they love me, or do they love the version of me that has been adjusted to fit everyone? And that is exhausting. You have the right to know what unconditional acceptance feels like, because being a social chameleon may protect you from rejection sometimes, but it can also prevent you from forming real connection. People may feel close to you, but you may not feel close to them, because the person who is there is not fully you. It is the version of you that has been softened, shaped, and trimmed down to receive approval. The authentic self asks different questions. What am I really feeling right now? If I accept this, will I be betraying myself? Does this relationship make space for my real self? Or does it only love my agreeable self? The point here is not to fight with everyone. The point is to build relationships without abandoning yourself, to live in alignment with your own existence. Because a healthy bond is not created by constantly changing your shape. A healthy bond is created when two people can remain themselves, when they can see each other not as perfect and not as the version they personally prefer, but as they truly are. But I should also give a warning here. When you start becoming more authentic, some people may feel uncomfortable because you are no longer as easily available as before. You do not say yes to everything. You feel your boundaries more clearly. You do not swallow your emotions just to keep the atmosphere peaceful. In other words, your authenticity may conflict with other people's interests, and they may feel disturbed by that. But this is not necessarily a bad thing, because people may not be losing you. They may only be losing access to the old version of you that kept sacrificing yourself. They may simply not be compatible with your new self. Authenticity is not a huge courage that appears all at once. It is slowly returning to yourself. Saying your opinion a little more honestly today. Pausing before automatically saying yes to something. Noticing whether you are ignoring your own needs just to be loved in a relationship. Feeling like you have not lost yourself. There is also a difference between adapting to a situation and being authentic. Because sometimes adapting is normal. Sometimes it is normal to be flexible depending on the environment you are in. But being harsh, cruel, and saying, "I am just being authentic," is not authenticity. That is only using authenticity as an excuse for a rude character. Ask yourself this question: am I truly acting like myself right now? Or am I adjusting myself just to be accepted? Because the deepest exhaustion of a person is not doing too much. It is living as if you are not yourself. When you stop trying to please everyone and begin to stay loyal to your own inner voice, you may start feeling a little better every day. One of the greatest harms of the modern age is that it fills us with so much noise that we forget our own voice. If you also want to remember your own voice, my content can help you. You can subscribe to the channel.